Hey everybody, happy Friday. I hope y'all had a good week. If not, just know we have come to the end of the work week, okay? There is something to be said for that. So I'm back for another review of Ready to Love, Finger Licking Good. Season 8, episode 46, Lord. The way they do these seasons, y'all. Anyway, so they're at brunch, the next brunch to meet everybody after the other girl had gotten dismissed the night before. So Leyland and Chaz are talking, and he's up there running game, telling her that she is so his type. She brought up, oh yeah, I remember how we talked. You talked about legacy and generational wealth, this, that, and the other. First of all, let me tell y'all something. I am so tired of hearing black people talk about generational wealth. I am so tired of hearing that shit. Okay, we live in a capitalist fucking system. The system needs to come to an end. The kind of wealth that people get in capitalist societies, please note that is only possible if people are impoverished. I understand people want to have things to pass down to their children. I actually think while we're simultaneously talking about generational wealth, the lack of respect for each other, the lack of respect kids have for their parents, lack of respect they have for their teachers. See, those are things you can pass down whether you got money or not. Okay, but I digress. Anyway, so Alexis and Leyland, I originally thought we're gonna have the men eating out of their hand, but it seems like this episode it is Patrice. Okay, so why do the men have the power to eliminate again? Like these ugly, lame ass, toad looking motherfuckers are making decisions, please. And Tommy, don't bring up Glenn anymore. Well, I told y'all I had 10 singles, but one didn't come by not even showing up. Why the fuck are you? Were you waiting to see him? Goddamn. Anyway, let him be. Okay, it's gone. It's done. So Maika said Dominique is at the top of her list. I'm sure the first cohort will have different feelings after tonight because the second group have more attractive choices. It just is what it is. At least cuter than the ones from the original cohort. All right, so Will is back. He came over there messing with Vanessa, and they seem to kind of laugh it off. Will's an asshole, but whatever. All right, so Jonathan is saying he hasn't dated anybody since his ex-wife, son's mother. Now, see, this is what caught my attention because he kept saying, oh, when they referred to her as a baby mom or his son's mother, he didn't correct them. And I was thinking to myself, didn't he say he had an ex-wife on the episode before? But when I saw the end of the episode and the preview for next week, I said, okay, Maika caught it. Okay. Jonathan, like I told y'all last week, he's a fucking liar. I can tell. I know his type. Okay? So, he's saying he's dating anybody since his ex-wife. The same one he tried to tell us that he lost himself in the last marriage trying to make her happy. No, the fuck he didn't. No, the fuck he didn't. I can tell you that right now. So he gets way too antsy and uncomfortable and anxious and up in his shoulders when people start asking him questions about his relationship. They were asking you about your previous relationship and your kid, baby. What the fuck? See, only a liar gets antsy like that and gets upset and starts getting defensive. But we're going to get back to that. So April and Lamar, match made in hell. Okay, so they got into it from the gate because she asked him how long was his last relationship, which I think is a question par for the course on this show, and if you're quote unquote ready to love, right? So he was like, why does it matter? She said, because I asked. I agree. But honestly, I would have been taken aback if somebody was like, why does it matter? Like, what the fuck are you? She answered quick though. She was like, because I asked. So then he starts getting disrespectful, like for real. And he was like, let's move forward. Why does it matter? Because it does. She's trying to evaluate whether she wants to be with you, you want to be with her. It didn't have to be all that. And it wasn't all of that because of April. It was all that because of Lamar. And Lamar has shown us in just 2 episodes, less than an hour, including commercials, why he's a fucking asshole and why he disrespects women. Or, no, he shows us that he has disrespected women out of habit. And how the fuck are you going to say, well, I'm transparent? He's sitting up there saying he's transparent and won't even answer this question. Baby, because his last relationship probably was with a man. Catch. Anyway, not only that, pulling that you're dismissed shit when she got up first with some whack shit. You are lame as fuck, Lamar. Y'all need to give the women the power. I see, that's why I hate these shows. Anyway, so and he's up there like, I don't care about your degrees. Now he's saying that in the confessional. Now he was in her face and she was like, yeah, I got my doctorate from so and so. Who wouldn't be proud of that? Who wouldn't be proud of that? And don't get me wrong, I understand. Nobody wants to constantly hear about somebody's resume and work and stuff like that. But nevertheless, cut the bullshit. You were smiling in her face, and then you turned in the confessional. I don't want to hear that. Then he did that typical black man thing, claiming she just wants to muscle somebody in a corner and put them in a headlock. And see, that's why I can't defend black men. Because they have helped white supremacy along by trying to defeminize us and saying that we're aggressive when they know good and damn well we aren't. And all we did was ask a clear question. And then they play on those stereotypes, which help perpetuate all kinds of inequalities and injustices against us from the street to our jobs and everywhere else. I know. Okay? I know. I teach for a living, but I'm going to tell you right now, I know too many black women in too many different fields that have had the same experience. And by helping this along, you can kiss my fucking ass. Anyway, so we get Koshia and Alonzo and Jonathan and Alexis go out on a double date. Why? Okay, I guess they need to see. So the girls played against the guys, and I was kind of like, why? Why wouldn't y'all play with your date? That would tell you a lot. Do they know how to lose? Do they get upset when you know? Anyway, so Jonathan works 6 days out of the week of his family's business. That's what he tells us. It ain't like he built the business from the ground up, but whatever. I just don't like him. So anyway, so then he asked Alexis. Was it Alexis? No, it was Koshia. Because he was just talking to Koshia. He asked her what her love language was. She said quality time. And he was like, why? And she couldn't answer. He was like, well, I don't see a future with her. Okay, first of all, when somebody says something is their love language, it just is. It just is. And it just seemed like he just likes to nitpick and say mean and rude things about women. He gets off on that. That's what I'm telling you. This is not a good set of men. All right, so you couldn't answer Maika's question, Jonathan, about your son and your family, your baby mama, your ex-wife, whatever. But then you lead when talking and having a conversation with Alexis. You lead with well, the first thing as far as my relationship is you have to accept my son. And Alexis was like, absolutely, which I think was a good response. But I feel like he said that because he's putting out feelers to make sure he can tell a woman what to do and what they should do for him and see how they kind of react. I don't think, because somebody like him, the way he talks about his kid and brings them up kind of as a way of manipulation is very different from William, who brings up his 3 sons, from the way Vanessa talks about her 2 sons. It's different. It's different. And yes, I've learned to trust my intuition. I ain't got to explain to you a whole list of reasons why. I can't tell you why he fucked up. I'm just telling you that he is. And fuck him. Anyway, so Alonzo and Koshia. He brought up this scenario like if it's a pregnancy scare. And I was like, first of all, not the move, bruh. Not the move. Honestly, I can tell Koshia and Alonzo don't see it for each other. And it's mutual. I really just think she likes that first guy. And Alonzo, I don't like him for me, but I don't think he's a bad person. I just look at him and kind of like he's not for me. He likes attention and stuff like that. But I don't feel like he's like Lamar or Jonathan. Anyway, so William, Lamar, Vanessa, and Patrice go hang out. William said, well, he likes to see how creative people are because he does the comedian thing, whatever. So Lamar is crushing hard on Patrice. Vanessa tells William that she has 2 sons. And he was like, oh, you do? And she was like, yeah, I know it's kind of quick at the brunch. And she was like, do you have kids? He was like, yeah, I have, 3 sons or whatever. So they have a good conversation. I mean, they were at least cordial and respectful to each other. They take a painting class. That was cute enough. And then, is it me or does Lamar look like R. Kelly? And that's another reason why I don't like him. But actually, I don't like him for who he is. But that doesn't help. So Lamar, you had a -15 for me on a scale of 1 to 10. Anyway, so he is always making these sexual overtures to women. Once meeting them, he's looking at Patrice in a painting class talking about, I want to jump your bones. And maybe that shit could be funny to somebody if they don't know he's been flirting and disrespecting women over the past 2 damn days, what it seems like to us. And he's been talking to her for 30 minutes. The fuck is wrong with you? You a fucking weirdo. And I wouldn't be surprised if this motherfucker had some sodomy charges. Sodomy might be too strong of a word. Or sexual assault charges. I would not be surprised. I just wouldn't. He's a weirdo. In that way. And Lamar comes over to talk to Vanessa and interrupts her while she's clearly enjoying a conversation with William. And I realize in these kind of contexts, sometimes it's polite to let somebody in. But he was rude, and he was rude on purpose. Then he was like, yeah, you're really reserved. He tries to get her to yell in the painting class. I want to see what you sound like. That's what I mean, like kind of forcing women to kind of come out the show. And then when a man is quiet, it's like, oh, you see, they only want the tough thug guys. That's what like whenever black men aren't wanted, something must be wrong with the world. When people don't want black women, that's the way the world's supposed to be. Get the fuck out of here. We know she's not for you, Lamar. We know that. She's too good for you. And I think she knows that, and good for her. Anyway, and she didn't want you first. Okay, let's just be clear. All right. Because last episode, she was clear she was not feeling you. I'm not sure why these women find William attractive. He does seem very nice. But these chicks seem kind of on William for some reason. And I'm not really sure why. But he does seem like he's a nice guy. All right, so LaRon and Patrice set up a date. Patrice is pulling them this whole episode, okay? And I ain't mad. But the men have the pick of the litter. And the women don't. Another day in the life of a black woman. You give it your all. You're beautiful. You work hard. You do what you need to do. And this is the shit they give us. Anyway, so they have a cute little conversation until the food came out. And Patrice felt like LaRon wasn't giving her enough attention because he was too busy eating that catfish. Okay, Patrice, I understand the words coming out of your mouth. But girl, y'all were out to eat though. Okay. And maybe he just hadn't eaten all day. Okay. So he needs to stop telling people he's out Wednesday to Sunday though. LaRon, stop telling people that. And honestly, you probably need to stop doing that too. Because out at night, you're a Wednesday, a Thursday. Baby. Oh, no. And maybe because I'm a teacher, I feel differently. But just, what the fuck is going on a Wednesday night that you got to be doing it every week? Anyway, so John and April, they meet up to talk. So he ordered her a raspberry margarita before she got there. Now, anybody know anything about me? I love me a margarita. But I don't trust no drink that I didn't order. And me and you, yeah. Even if we was married, I would still be looking like. Anyway, so he asked her to tell him about her last relationship. She had no problem doing that. She said she was married. She said he couldn't exercise self-control, kind of alluded to cheating or whatever. And she says, I have some insecurities. And his face changed, like, and I was like, motherfucker, we all got insecurities, and you do too. That's why you're on this motherfucking show lying. I'm telling y'all, it's something about him. But I know. Don't worry, it's gonna find you out. Don't worry, bruh. So she asked him about, she had, the conversation with Maika, and she says, well, why do you think your baby mama or whatever, still wants you? Because you brought that up at brunch. She was like, but why do you think that? And he was like, just little things she says here and there. And I was kind of like, okay. So he's in the confessional once again, getting defensive because somebody is asking him about his baby mama. If y'all are on here for love, I'm sorry. Those questions have to be asked. They do. If you're going to be in a relationship with somebody where there is a kid involved, and you claim into Alexis, you put your son first, we put their son first, why would somebody not ask about that? People have the right to decide whether they want to engage in a relationship with that or not. And the way you feel, it's your right to ask women about their business, their relationships, you and Lamar. And then when somebody asks y'all questions, y'all just all up in here. Y'all can't even think, fine, then lie. Men are dumb liars. They always get caught. But anyway, he's a fucking liar. Jonathan's a fucking liar. He's a gaslighter, and he's hiding something big. I'm telling y'all that right now. Only narcissists get on reality TV knowing they have shit to hide. And he does. Okay? Anyway, they have a problem with April. And I'm not saying that April came off well to me. She didn't. Even from the first episode. Nevertheless, they have a problem. But these men on the show, have a problem with April because she's smart. Because she's educated. And black men have proven over and over again that they resent smart black women who make their own money. Okay? There's a resentment for that. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it in the workplace. I've seen it with things like, oh, I graduated from Spelman. The reaction can be really visceral, right? And I think because a place like Spelman is concentrated, where the number of like black women go, but the idea that black women can be smart and on their own, they resent that because they really want the power over black women the way they see white men have power over white women. The difference is that capitalist system has been built around and on them, and you motherfuckers need to get a new shtick because you ain't been on some bullshit since Reconstruction. Anyway, go look it up. All right. And I'm not saying because of her degrees, but that's not what makes her smart, but because she is smart by asking them the right questions. And sometimes when you've been in school like that, you've learned to really think deeply. And they feel exposed when she asks certain questions. That's how you know you got a fucking liar. They expect as women, and certainly her as a black woman, even if she is educated, to act dumb or to sit there and wait to be liked. And this whole broken black woman narrative and how you don't want that negativity in your life is tired and old, Jonathan. Fuck you. I already know you the problem. And I'm not here for it. Okay? Because anyway, they go to Tommy's Lounge and these jokers are country as hell. With these suits and all the colors. Okay? I can't. So the men come together in Tommy's Lounge. Patrice for the win. Most of them want Patrice except for LaRon. He being real faithful to, his little boo, Koshia. LaRon is still on Koshia, and I like that for them. I do. Lamar couldn't wait to trash April. He couldn't wait. William wasn't disrespectful. He just said he didn't have a romantic connection with her. And that's fine. That's fine. LaRon wasn't feeling Patrice like that. Whatever. Sometimes people just don't like you. It doesn't mean they have to, like... He didn't trash her or anything like that. LaRon fought for Koshia. Now, see, I can respect that. Look, he didn't have, a romantic vibe with Patrice. He didn't trash her. But he was like, no, I don't want Koshia to go anywhere. I said, hey, come on. All right, so she wasn't dismissive. I don't think Koshia was dismissive the way they think she was to them. I think she just likes LaRon. And LaRon just likes her. I really think that's what it is. That's what I thought until the end, okay? So Lamar sets up a date with April. And she said the first thing I thought was like, why? All she can think is that he messed up royally. He did. Lamar volunteered to take her out. I can tell you that right now. Because he wanted to hurt somebody he's known for what? A week, maybe? He wanted to hurt a smart black woman so fucking bad. All right, the bullshit he gave in the lounge about, oh, good for your resume. I can hire you right now. I want to know you, who you are. Motherfucker, whose job and education isn't a part of who they are? People can't, it's not like, no, and I understand, like, that's not the only thing. But it's a huge part of somebody's life who works hard. And if you had to work that hard for your degree, you'd understand. But I can tell DJ/coach who's claiming he's 32 when he's 56, you want some fuck shit. Anyway, Alonzo also invites Koshia out on a date. Koshia explains that the question he asked her about, was it chonies or spanks, whatever the hell it was, she said that it had a sexual connotation. I agree with that. It does. Koshia made it clear that it was not up for debate. It was sexual. And she got mad. And it seemed to me like I said, I don't like Alonzo, but I don't dislike him the way I dislike Jonathan and Lamar so far. Okay? I think it was inappropriate. I think the pregnancy scare thing was inappropriate. But something tells me his is more like a true immaturity. Like he thinks he's being funny and then realizes, oh, it's not funny. Because even the way he was talking to her, I could tell that he was sorry that she felt like that. And I'm not saying Koshia can decide who to forgive and who not. But I felt like Koshia was really like, it kind of scared me through the TV screen. Like, dang girl, it did. I don't know. Did I miss something? Because it just seemed a little, I mean, I was like, did he do something else to you? Like her getting up and screaming, take them. Like it just seemed like she. I don't know. That wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good feeling. I was watching it like, damn, he had to sit at the table by himself in that restaurant anyway. After that, but shit, I guess he didn't want to have dinner with her either. That's some weird shit when somebody starts reacting like that to you. It is because it's not. It wasn't necessary to me. Anyway, so Lamar started projecting all of his thoughts about April onto all the other guys, talking about some. Well, it just seems like you want somebody in a headlock. You want somebody you can do this to. No, motherfucker, that's what you said. That's what you said. And I'm not saying people didn't say negative things about her, but that's what you said. Okay? So don't act like it was all the guys and that shit. So April was kicked off, and she was like in the confessional. She was like, I'm not ready to love. Maybe they're not ready to love me. Because I'm different. She said, I'm not ready to love a bum dude like him. I was like, say that. Say that. But she left without saying much to him, and I think that's the best thing April could have done, because he would have gotten off on that and be like, see, that's why don't nobody want you doing that kind of stuff. So good for you, April. So that's all I got. And I will talk to you all soon. My two favorite seasons are Christmas and Black History Month. So I'll be putting some stuff up. Also, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel as I try to grow my channel. And I'll talk to y'all soon.